I'm going to repeat this kind of information because I like to live dangerously. That's pretty much it, you know. I mean, who can ignore what's really going on here, and why would you? I'm 51, 52 years old, and I'm about to tell you what, well, I've been trying to tell you probably in the last 800 videos, and I have yet to experience the day when I get AI to help me through algorithms, things mentioned, that it just starts to do my secretarial work for me and isolates the subject matter that I mainly pull up and talk about, which a lot of it is connecting, it's interconnected, to tell you the truth. And what I'm finding about the language, the interfacing, decoding method is that that's the key to, literally, you use the keys, and it actually does, it's called fitting the keys. When you start to understand something deeper, very deep, like, but see, the thing is you need to have this question. You have to have a curiosity as to, like, well, like, where am I? You know, and so that I comes up again, there it is, and stuff like that. Like, well, what is this place I'm in? Like, how is this working? See, people don't really sit alone long enough and figure out, like, well, okay, so, see, and like to read material by scientists who are literally, they're really trying to figure out, like, well, what is translating the experience of reality, eyes, ears, smell, taste, touch, and making it an experience of reality, let alone it being collective. Well, what I'm pointing at, what points at us using the lowercase I, and that's why they call it an iPhone. See, if we can understand this very scientific fact that you are one with the universe, the human being is one with the universe. See, right now, all of this kind of talk is just so far in left field. Most people, what do they talk about? Now, this is the part where I say, I thank God that I don't have to listen to any of it. I am somebody who knows why we should be opening our mouths, and what's happening as the world out there and of it is just basically like it's a background noise, just static. Basically, it's a 60 cycle hum of a freezer, and everybody is basically frozen. They are not, first of all, they're not awakened. Shauna, you sound so strange. Oh, and now let's open the Epstein file. Who keeps you that way on the ice? Any way, shape, and form, and employs you somehow, some way. It's a hit and miss, by the way. Some children escape the programming that makes you into the very tool that they need to keep everybody else down and away from the possibility of having something other than what happens, like what we see of the world today. See, a lot of people can't even begin to think about it. When they start to disclose information, which has to legally happen under intergalactic law, they have to use whatever technological base is connecting with the organism through and intends to singularize them, quicken the possibility of them understanding that they are what they are, and to use the sky to open up an account with reality. See, I talk about this. I've been talking about this for ever since I got on Facebook. I saw trouble and a problem, and it's hardly explainable, but we will begin to explain what the problem is. First of all, one of the main fucking problem is too many people don't even think that there's a problem. But this year, as an oracle and an astrologer, I'll tell you, but if you don't think of it on your own, if you don't really know what has gone on, if you didn't see, we saw gas prices jump $2 because we're in World War III. And if you're watching this and you think you're powerless to do anything about what's happening, no, that's the thing. That's They are using so much energy to keep something so profoundly simple down that it could just wipe them out in no time. But see, that's what they're using, just so much. And who are they, Shauna? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you're in a science fiction film right now. It's more interesting than all of your actual movies put together that you go and traipse to the movie theater and watch. Matrix, Star Wars, Space Odyssey, whatever. In fact, they are hijacking your fucking perception. It is so irritating. It is so fucking irritating. So we're looking at a faction of people. I hate to say it. Oh, fuck. I don't like this. How do I stop myself from saying that? What do I say now? I say, look, do you see this pot back there? I'm cooking beans in my own little studio. There's some changes happening in my life where I'm naturally just going to plunge into it, and that is to invite people into my life. I've been trying to tell people how, in fact, I've been hermited, and I have not been so much as even talking to anybody. I get on Facebook and I radiate, and I'm being an entertainer there, but as you know, and it may have happened to you, I mean, really, I was like this. I'm kind of a loner anyway, and anything that you like about me that I have to offer, that I share, that's amazing, comes from the fact that I strive to be alone a lot, and I work alone behind closed doors. I have a Jupiter in the 12th house of Pisces, and it's highly beneficial for me to do that. And it's, in fact, and beneficial for everybody. I encourage it. I would be the one that brings people into their mystical place. Really, it's a refreshment that I bring spiritually. The 10-degree Pisces that the Jupiter is being aspected now by Mars, which I made a video about that intense energy, that it's kind of still in the air now on the 17th. It happened on the 15th, and it's very, very active right now. That Mars conjunct the North Node, and I don't talk about the North Nodes a lot, but the North Node has to do with your destiny, and really it's your true north. It's like what your mission is. And see, a lot of people aren't able to really even know that. Is there a mission? See, a lot of people would say, oh, there's just another person that thinks that there's a mission in life. It's like, shh, babes, there's people that have done, they try to do very well for humanity. Do you think, okay, so do you think that whatever has left us the story of Christ Jesus, that person had a mission? A lot of people say that no, that's the Son of God, and or it was an alien sent from outer space, and of course it had a task, and that's what the chosen ones are. They have a sense of like, no, I'm going to see, like David Icke. He began to know that he was going to do something, and he just surrendered, and he just like, wait a minute, I don't usually listen to this kind of thing. He doesn't usually go to a psychic. But he found himself just kind of going. The universe isn't. See, that's my life. I don't control anything here. When I do, it goes south. Especially, of course, when you are trying to hook up with the right people in your relationships, and that's very tedious because you know what? What's really right for you is not people. The truth is, the right answer will never be people, unless it's the truth about people. There you go. The right answer is always going to be, kids, the truth. Take that to the university. So we all know that universities and, okay, it stems from the church. Yeah. Over there at the Vatican, that is the main hub of all of it. All of it. Oh, what, Shauna? Jesus Christ, you're crazy. There isn't anybody crazier and more harmful than the fucking person that's walking around oblivious and carrying out, because they're oblivious, they're not awakened yet, they don't have a question. I mean, okay, it's most people, babes. Sorry, I don't like to sound like this because it makes me sound like that, oh, you think you're so much better than everybody else, right? And it's like, no, We're all being hit by this shit, and we all are flawed because of it. That's what Christ Jesus would try to tell us. She would say, in fact, and there isn't any death. You don't have to grow old, and nobody's going to be getting sick here. What is this? They're fucking running a business on the fact that you think you're going to die. And that person was a teacher that was very important, see, but they could be, you could have one living next door. In fact, you could have one living in your hemisphere. There could be one single solitary person that has the right information that can just say kabloop to blop. And that's why I'm making this video. This is the thing that needs to be heard over and over, like the Channel 4 news. I have tried to tell you, it's subject matter that I never wanted to know, but I've been through life long enough, and this is just what happens. An entire generation of people are going to lift up and start talking, especially on this communications device. And if they don't do this from their own agency, from their own curiousness that now has something to say because it has ran through decades of studying and experiencing, if it's not doing this, well, most are not doing this. They don't have an original narrative. It's more like, right, they're trying to do the cradle to the grave, common status that any narcissist is saying, and now I did it, right? Now I get a pet from the teacher. And it's like, no, see, what's kind of neat is that we're living in a time, if you're able to follow me right here, right now, you've probably been through it, right? The C-19 announcement changed a lot of things. I mean, right? Now, that was a design. And in fact, benevolent beings did that. In fact, benevolent beings are depopulating right now. Yep. See, what I mean is that, see, when we are getting these things, this is really hard. I don't know why I'm trying to think about this all the time, or it's trying to sort itself out in my head. See, the fact is you people don't even think enough, like, to figure out, like, do we need money or do we not need money? Why is it here? See, a lot of people are like staunch, and they're like, are you kidding me? You would not live without money. And it's just not the truth. Something is trying to work out in me. It's trying to explain, and it will. It has already showed me a design, and I'm just really fucking impatient, I guess. And here I am scratching my crown. It's like, come on, give me that download that I need to tell people about something. And where does it go? What does Barbie doll know? Well, here's what I know. Is that when you keep repeating things and you just keep, people think you're crazy at first, and then they ignore you, but then later, like David Icke says, but then later they start, and they start mocking you, then they start to believe you, and then they start following you, and then it makes too much sense. And see, people like David Icke and me, we know we're onto something, and so that's why I keep pulling up the language thing, is because, oh no, I know I'm onto something there. And I would love to share with you the experience that I had, that the reason why I would love for you to know and try to do this is because really the understanding of what the lowercase I is pointing at, how I'm trying to tell you, no, it's pointing at the third eye, see? And now if you're a Christian, oh, you should say, oh yeah, no, and so it would just join right up. You can connect dots. You say, yeah, Christ was talking to Christ, in fact, is I. You want me to get my chalkboard, or can you think about it? C-H-R. R says reverse that thing as much as you can, and use it like a tool. Find out if it's usable for you. Because Christ is a weird word, man, especially to the sheep over there. They're like, We know what I means. That's me, right? Yeah, and you have an idol. And also the is. Oh, that's big too. There's it. Boy, I'm serious, babes. His is there. Look, remember that? His is there. What do you think about that? See, is in his. That's cool. That's why we love man. Man is the frequency, or like the aperture that brings down to earth and roots into the ground and does matter. The isness of it. Like it's going to manifest. You notice the word man right in there. No, did I make this up? I don't know, babes. You can catch on to this. What? Just however your version is, but I hope to refine. I know that the conversation about how it is, like, okay, now I'm thinking of Buddhism. See, Buddhism is just a conversation. And it's a trippy conversation between two people. See, it's trippy because you don't know that this one person is not a mind there. They are graduated as awareness. They are an awareness there. They are a being. They aren't thinking. They are doing something different than thinking. They're just being, and it's awareness. I will begin to try to explain this to you. See, this is the thing that I have been able to do for myself. And it took, well, of course, it was predestined, by the way. We are actually living in a predetermined reality. This is one of the things that the decoding system, when you use all three dimensions, when you understand that there's three dimensions and the lowercase base waste is it's a one-dimensional thing, frequency that is very mental. People think that they know what they're talking about. They just think. And they hear it, and it goes into the ear, and it goes into the mind, and then there is where nothing is going on. It's a fucking blind spot. You have to get into your body. And then see, I'm feeling, I'm looking at this, babes, and there is definitely a chance that $333 trillion can be stolen away from this occupation that is not human. They are being possessed by interdimensional beings that live just outside of this dimension. And David Icke talks about it. I talk about it because guess what? Oh, I fight them off. I go like this and go, you get the fuck. What the fuck? Oh, they fucking hate me. And they try to get to me through people. And I recognize it now. It's just a parasite. I recognize it. I see it. And this is the difference between me and any other warrior, spiritual leader type Buddhist fucking high priestess. You bet. Yeah. And see, I have to stick up for myself and talk about it. Nobody else will. I mean, they need to. They should. Why don't you let go of me, person who know you love me? Why? Because I'm love achieved. And I'm moving into more with Neptune. I have no choice, babes. This is a trip for me. Otherwise, you're dead. And I'm telling you, as humanity, hello, are you there? Listen to me. You have no choice now but to surrender to love. Most likely you're going through a really hard time of purification that is to destroy your mind more and more to soften you up, and you give that thing to your heart. You go there, you go, and you 100%, it's like this. If you didn't go there and find out what it is and realize that's the only safety and the only shelter, then it is suggested that you get on your fucking knees and pray to Christ Jesus, who supposedly sacrificed herself long ago. 2026 years ago, she said, excuse me, but you need to know what's happening here, and this is going to burn your retina. It's going to be a horrible scene. And of course she knew it, you know what I mean? And but it doesn't have to be like that again. It doesn't have to keep repeating. No. There is a technological base that is, I think it's a lot bigger. I think that there was too much collapse then. There's something very, I'm here to tell you right now, there's something, I've seen it, and I've just gone out and I've seen it. There's something very powerful uprising within the human or the organism itself, and it is the human side, the human spirit. That one is being systematically enslaved, tortured, ridden upon, the possibility of graduation. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about, the true religion. I want people to understand this very clearly, because I'm running into some pretty stupid women out there. Yep, you women are not thinking right. But I'm sorry I'm being hard on you, really. It's just you don't know. You need to think now with me a bit, okay? Hopefully I erase that part, because I don't like calling people stupid. But, you know, truly intelligent people will get frustrated with people that are just too fucking ignorant. What's that saying that Einstein said? He said, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. And by that time, babe, we can't tell who is who. That's a classic. Because somebody is non-self-reflecting. They just see your reaction to how fucking, what a gaslighter you really are and stuff like that. Like, just, babes, let's open up the Epstein file and figure out the neat little cartons of individual people that they are making. And they're like, look at this one. They really fell for it that time. Let's close it up and let's see how they get along. And those people, when they go out and they're interacting, are basically created of the diabolical. If it's somebody being raised on all of the Kool-Aid and shit, this is the truth. This is the truth. See, if anything, 2026 years ago, Christ Jesus walked around and said, oh, deception is coming, watch out. There's something, I see something, so you can kind of see a pattern trajectory, and it's predetermined. I would love to get to the to further break through to the predetermined scientific kind of operations of things within, say, just the human, I want to say strata, but where we are, this realm, it's young. And evolution is supposed to take place. The problem is it's like, if it's only 4 people evolving on each landmass, country, I guess you'd call it, man, that's a lot of flushing of just pure, like, generation jelly down into the, is that an ocean over there, a massive toilet? Is that what that is? Along with all of the tears, because this world is sown with seeds of sorrow. And the backdrop, see, a narcissist, see, that's whenever I say a backdrop, that's your narcissist right there. It is just a program that it's like, this thing is not even awake yet. And when it gets all high up in position of so-called power, but what we mean is that they're making big money doing something, especially nowadays. Oh, it's just another brick in the wall. It's fucking impossible out there. And it's happening. It's just tenfold, 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 tenfold. It's just a massive repeating on the ice, frozen, freezer. Product of Let's open up the Epstein file. What's the problem? They're eating. Are they eating something? Somebody. See, they have to be very transparent. Pardon the light. Transparency is the best security. That's what we're doing here. That's what Tesla said. And they are using it correctly. And they are basically not only letting you know what they're doing, but they're advertising it too. You don't know how that a narcissist, a sadomasochist, sociopath, you don't know, see, a narcissist is somebody that is so fragmented as self that they're easily taken over by something, other people, other people's opinions of them, right? That's the problem, is that like there's nobody there, but they're taking orders. They are getting they have to constantly have a reflection, right? And they're, to an extent, that's a healthy thing. All human beings need a reflection. But what I think I'm really talking about is they just need attention. Not a reflection. That's the wrong word. Yeah. They just want attention. See, the reflection part comes in and then they run away. That's like one version, but that's all of them as far as I'm concerned. That's all of them. They have this part in them. If you've purified your mind enough, I know that sounds crazy, but no, listen to what I'm saying. If you've gotten away from the noise of the mind and you don't let it be the boss and you are operating from a higher octave of love, the more you're in that space, the more trippy shit from people starts to happen to you. That's when you know you have something very, very powerful. And let's get back to what I was trying to tell you. What was it, minute 17? That something very powerful is going to start to rise up. And I see it already. I see it out there. I do. And it's because it's going to align. And that's the way that we are, and or the web. See, that the true plasmatic organization that the human aperture, awakened or not, is involved with. See, the awakened one can go, wait a minute, you mean this is so connected that just going like this can disturb my neighbors over there who they insist that they can do anything they want and not have people hear it, see it, get affected by it, and see. Now, having said that, being affected, see, being an empath, I'm learning that how not to get sick with the people around me who are sick and approaching me with it. This is very common with empaths, is that I'll stand next, it could be so much as standing next to somebody close. I think this is why that they wanted people to do 6 feet social distancing. And a lot of that was like, I was like, thank God. Because some people want to get really close to me, man. Like one time, it was a Hispanic family, and one time, like, I don't know why the child was trying to stick its head in my ass, and I was like, would you please? I was like, what am I was like, right? Like, and so I'm glad that the fucking 6 feet distancing, and some people still practice it. Very grateful, because a sociopath, their fucking energy, babe, and I think it's actually like 6 feet distancing and start wearing your igneous silver fucking caps and vests and dress in armory to just put your mirrored glasses on, because this is gonna get really fucking weird. Shauna, what do you mean? Oh, you haven't been looking, really? See, this is the thing. If somebody like you wants to come to my house and live there, and because I said that, well, I kind of explained, I said, no, it's time for us to come together, I'm offering a good price, because don't you know this stuff? Oh no, if you don't know this stuff, oh no, you have to give me like $3,000 for rent. No, if everything I say about World War III that you're in right now, and by the time it's October, you might experience food shortages. If you didn't learn how to fast, ooh my God. I feel sorry for you people. I feel sorry for people that aren't really fasting, and they didn't level their metabolism down to, I don't want to say bones, but to a level of where they don't feel this ungodly hunger. Eating meat makes you feel it. You have to detox and get rid of it. Eating sugar will all of a sudden you fucking feel hungrier. I don't know, but that's what I felt. That stuff is bad for you. It's a poison. It's not even, it's a drug. It's not even a food. It's on the drug list. Anyway, yeah, if you didn't like figure out that, especially in the USA, to reduce your consumption of food to a main staple that in fact is somewhat healthy for you. Like what I think of these black beans back here, right? But there's a level of toxins in it that in fact you should be taking charcoal that absorbs whatever like carcinogens that might be in it from anywhere from chemtrails, babes. If you don't know that they're today was the worst chemtrails that I've ever seen in a long time. It is what I call the bad news chemtrails, man. That shit right there is so fucking lethal. I bet you anything, if you went up there and gathered enough of it in a net and put it in a teaspoon and you took it, oh my God, you would experience so many fucking problems neurologically, all kinds of stuff. And see, the thing is like people don't know, and they don't know how to listen. They're not doing essential work. That means that you get the most useful thing out of all of the stuff there. You got it. See, now getting back to the Pisces ability, the spiritual refreshment a Piscean vibration can really be. Because now when they're doing really great and they're not rendered up alcoholic or like just kind of lost in narcissism, Pisces can get really narcissistic, but all the signs can be, but some people take the cake. Leo is number one, and I think Pisces is next. It's kind of weird the way it works that way. People would think that Scorpio is that way. It's like, no, they're kind of they're intense. There's a difference between being a narcissist and totally toxic, like no good to yourself, and just being actually very confident. You are fucking intense. You know the truth, and it's just that's the same mistake that people are making of us Aries, is that people are thinking that we are narcissists and they can't handle our energy. It's like, that's okay. We'll stand back. How many Earth planets do you have? That they will try to put us out. And it's like, no, you don't do that. You have respect for somebody's character, who they are. You can't use our fire and our energy. It makes you go on edge. We'll back up. Some people need more than 6 feet distancing. In fact, get off the stage. You're boring. We're a fire. We're going to do something, babe. See, Leo rules entertainment and the stage, getting on there and dressing up. They love Leo moon, Venus loves to go to the theater. They would just shrivel up and die if they couldn't. That's their happiness you're talking about. That's their emotional satisfaction. Anyway, and a lot of them are really good artists. Anyway, just talking here. But I really wanted to get to this thing that it's not really my subject matter. I don't like sounding biased. I don't like being projected upon by anybody. But it's like, God, what do you do about that? I am going to a place where you can't do that. You have to, because they say the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me. What are you talking about? Because I know two. Okay, let's get into it. One of them has real live problems there. And the other one is like, man, and to imagine that that's just, you didn't shit your pants on that one. Sorry. God, I don't know where that went. Hopefully you guys are appreciating it. Now, getting back to the religion here, I would like to be able to round it up into just a fucking 3-minute or 1-minute conversation so that you women can understand, because I don't get along with you. I see that you act the same way as the narcissist, which is narcissism, is mainly the man's disease. They are just very insecure people there, and they don't want to be treated poorly because of their deficit, and they are just waiting for it. And it's and how like ingrained that they are about the universe, that it's a certain way, that it's not fair and stuff. See, their fucking trust is undermined by what? Probably another narcissist there that entitled themselves to the human flesh without ever even at all studying child psychology, which is very fascinating. All psychological studies are fascinating, but they did bother to do child psychology. And psychology is a pseudoscience because nobody can prove that a thought exists. Just like words. See, and there is a faction, though. See, it's on the men's side of the organism that you can hear it. It's everywhere, and in fact, it kind of dominates. And it's like it's so wrong. It's not the ultimate teaching. But it's a mind there that is saying, cater to me. Cater to me because I do not want to be found out. I want to be the boss. I'm more real, right? I'm more real. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not. But we're looking at behaviors. It's like where is it coming from? See, there was an experience and they got traumatized. And see, that's psychological study, is that they listen to story after story after story, witnesses, and say, well, this is how they grew up. This is what happened to them, to where now they have some phobia or something, some behavioral patterning, that it can be very, very bad. And people, see, the psychological studies is about the history. It's like, well, from where did it come from? Yeah, and they try to see, there's therapists, there's therapy, right? That is very questionable. Because does it work? Does it? I don't know. I can tell you one thing right now. If that therapist is not looking at an astrological chart, I don't know what kind of work they're doing, because sometimes people are born with major hard aspects, and then you'll have to switch over into Buddhism and understand, well, wow, you were incarnated into a very karmic situation. And in fact, you are not to be harder on yourself than it already is. You should know that you're a teacher of sorts, especially if you are remaining buoyant and you are doing good. See, I mean, there is just so many different details, ladies and gentlemen. So I didn't say anything that I needed to really say about what I was saying. I wish that somebody could repeat it here, and make sure that you repeat it. Be a repeater. I don't know. It's like this. There is a religion here, and it's called love. But sex is the ritual. And see, that's what's missing in the church, right? And guess what else is missing? The woman. That Christ was a woman. Get this. I never really said it like this, but I don't want to say it ever again. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to see. It's like, don't kill the messenger, really, and because it's like, no, I know, me. That no, see, she was sexually free. She was psychologically and sexually free. She taught hands-on. She taught sexual healing. And the church did not like that. And they killed it. If it was a man or a woman, it was practicing freedom of sex with anybody, and also psychological freedom. And the church didn't like it, period. And see, that kind of abuse of somebody who's being open about it, and then what goes underground is a lot of questionable behavior that points at psychological homosexuality, where it's just a load of men, getting back to the backdrop, like, say, like military men, all of it. What we complain about is I hate this subject matter, by the way, the patriarchal problem, the overly, it's, what is it called? Manlandia, something like that. It's like, I get it though, see, because they're kind of running on what? The smell of napalm in the morning? it is such a mess with just the amount of population. And so there is a depop program. In fact, they killed a bunch of people today, somewhere, somehow. Who are they, Shauna? Jesus Christ, why are you talking about this? I don't know. There's something intense happening in the sky. And the thing is you should talk to yourself about it. I don't know. People don't talk about it. Why? Well, it's difficult. Look at me. It's difficult. It's not easy on me to dwell on these things well, can you control it, Shauna? No, I'm not saying it that I'm going to grab control of it. In fact, something is grabbing control of me and saying, in fact, you're not helpless to do things here. You're not actually powerless to do anything here. In fact, this is all you need. You need a camera, a microphone, and the ability to say the right thing and then title it right. And so getting back to, man, I'm going to make this fucking video and make you women understand. Here is why you are the leader here. And you're misunderstanding me when I talk about how you should look at it. That fuck it. Just fuck it. Fuck it. You know, I'm just actually tired and exhausted, and there's this world that is designed to do this to you. It's designed to completely fucking just absolutely spin you to fucking pieces. Because it is designed to confuse you. In fact, because now let's open up the Epstein file again and the Rockefeller, all of it. It's an ages-old thing that says, in fact, you can find it small print. We plan on confusing and distracting you so fucking hard that even if 3 or 4 people in each nation rises up and says, excuse me, but in fact, no, and is able to knock down all of those walls, like I was talking about earlier, the ones, the brick in the wall, the ones that Pink Floyd is talking about, where it's like, oh, great, you love your job at the water company, huh? Cool. Or whatever it is you're holding down over there that's poisoning the place. That you just turned into a, I'm just doing my job. Basically, it's called a useless eater, because all you're doing there is that you're working for money to get food, when really you could just do a little work every day, hardly, not even 3 hours a day, especially if you go tribal. And everybody who's doing it in your neighborhood, fuck, you don't even know the nature of the garden, right? You just don't know the nature of the garden. That it overflows too much. Yeah. And all of that is being abused. And that is the feminine side. That's the eternal life side. Did we get into Easter yet? I'm not even paying attention. It's so symbolically, like it's turned into a symbol, a fairy tale. It's like, why did you just turn the woman into an egg and now you're painting her? That's what it is, though, right? She's the egg. Forever life. Like, did I just like, what? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And see, getting back to the church having, for whatever reason, see, now getting back to diabolical presences that are just outside of this dimension, it's very real. Oh, it's very real. See, we're protected here. This is what David Icke doesn't talk about, is that the human aperture and the universe itself, these diabolical parasites outside of this dimension, they're kind of, their universe isn't working. It's collapsed. They don't, the ones that are ran on love work the best. And that's really ran on humanity. It's ran on a kind of, I don't know, web. Yeah, it's all connected. It's the we. Put the B down. Thank you. See, the word web was first coined 10,000 years ago by the ancient Aborigine, oldest human, the shamans, whom, now, I don't know if you know, but there is diabolical spiritual possession, and that would leak into the organism. Unfortunately, it's there. It's there throughout the universe that we have this problem. And It's ongoing, and it's not a bad thing, and it's not a good thing. It's just that's what it is. And how do you think that we are able to quarantine off anything? Sorry, I'm getting I'm getting kind of exhausted. I'm totally fucking tired. Um, but I was mentioning the intense week that we're going through. I'm insisting that my life get going somehow, some way. I need to make what I have work for me. I know that I can see, but I'm not doing it. It's doing me. And I mean this in a very real, like satisfying way. um, just catching on and seeing how it works. See, it's like you've been here before, but now that you're 50, if you're anything like me, you're about 51, 52. See, you were doing something when you were a kid, and you might have been successful, and it has nothing to do with what people are telling you what to do. And if you're lucky, you get to experience this. Otherwise, if not, then I'll try to write a book, and then you'll buy my book, right? I think that we should be getting paid on this thing, man. Fuck your fucking books and stop making it impossible to just give unconditionally, man. I can't wait to destroy that fucking money scene over there. I will do it um, if I help these people that are trapped over there. Here's our mascot. Oh, Shinka Puppy. Okay. She's the best thing in the world. I love her so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, she's so great. Oh. Mm. She has such good energy. I can't explain it, but oh man, I'm so lucky.
Gender the goddamn moon and rhyme and common moan and fine and bone. Bon and boom. Chin chin run 92, 92.
Well, if I understand it, then I can explain it to a 5-year-old, and I'm about to see what. I'm sorry it took so long with this 47 minutes. And so, love is the religion, sex is the ritual. Do you understand that they took sex away from it? That's the organization, maybe. I don't mean to be like, okay. I want to say no. Um, See, because women are the ones that have children here, she is in a position to do quality control. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is when she's virgin. Virgin does not mean what you think it means. There's virgin olive oil. Doesn't mean that, well, they didn't have sex. No, it means that it's unfucked with. It is the original programming or design operating there. There's virgin earth. There's virgin territory. There's virgin water. You get what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with a child that hasn't had sex yet. There's something demented out there that doesn't want you to know a single fucking thing about anything. It is so, I can't explain to you, but to know truly how discombobulated things are right now, that in fact that's the way it has to get. It is that way right before it corrects. I got the vision of a rubber band getting pulled tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until it's just like snaps back. But we're experiencing the very, very end tightness. It's not going to break. It's just going to snap back. Because that's the nature of the truth coming up. And like I was trying to mention earlier, how much of the world, it includes all of the $333 trillion, but really the money that's chugging right now to pay newscasters, helicopters, the garage workers, all of them. to keep everybody in misery and in total distraction. It is so phenomenal how many fucking resources are going into it. Includes people that are bamboozled to the fucking nth degree. And they are a certain way, and it's like, wow, get a load of these fucking people. A lot of them, if they do have a conversation, it's just nothing. It's nothing. And the conversations that are something, that are very, very potent, are far and few in between, let alone is it even known that such conversations must be had and are had. Some people are really good at it. See, that's what the guru is doing. The guru, it is said that the guru shows up just when you need them. But in the West, it is so karmic that the guru turns out to be a thief in the night. Because if you're a really super fucking prejudiced person, yep, that's your karma. Because you don't know there's a different way to live. And it's really up to each and every single one, each and every single person. This is where it's like, okay, thank God for the Depop thing, because this is complicating. It doesn't matter if 20 people actually reached the higher octave of love and they became meditators and they do essential work only. There's 25,000 of them over there to say, fucking poop on you.
And let's take you to court because you said something.
Well, if it triggered you to go violent, that's the doing of something. And I hope to wake up the court system and say, no, this hasn't been happening for very long, and you people need to wake up. Something needs to happen there. And just like when I touched the social services division, well, the more that I touch the system directly and start to communicate on a microphone or to a judge or even a public defender, the more I'm there touching the steps, because I know who I am. See, I'm an angel of transformation. Well, this place is going to die and be reborn. Yep. Something is going to just go, and then something is going to go, what needs to come up? See, we're in the middle of something that needs to come up. And I was trying to tell you, minute 52, it's the human spirit that's going to rise up. But if it's just 40 people over there, and then they see, I don't think that with all of the planets in Aries that is about to happen, I don't think that see, it would make so many people sick that they're getting healthy, and it's like, well, it's time to talk, and it's time to really collaborate. I mean, really, see, if they didn't do that, it's called the first responders. If the first responders can't respond spontaneously, just the way that they are supposed to, they will get so sick, and in fact, everything will start to get into disease. Imagine if a first responder or your nervous system your nerves could not correctly tell you that something was going to burn you or be terrible for you. You would get fucked up. That's what I'm talking about, the Aries, the human spirit rising up. And this rising up has not happened, not in 6,000 years, this kind of quality rising up. And I say it's directly connected to Buddhism. Yep, the I am. This is the Aries collective, and you are sheep. Say it. I am humanity. I am community through the heart. I am. We are the sheep. No more sleep. We see. See, the word see is in sheep. I have some beans over there, and I'm going to get up and stir them right in front of your face in hopes that you will send me some money, because why? Man, if you've seen my legs when I was 26, I could stop a fucking freeway. Because after my clay working job, I used to work my upper body. And then it was time for lunch, or it was time for me to get off and go. I would get off at lunchtime. And then I would come home to take a nap, but I thought, you know what, I love to be on the trail over there. I like to be in a place called the Grotto where there's a bunch of waterfalls and rocks, and so that I would pack a lunch and then I would go bouldering, basically as walking, and my legs got so fucking amazing. By the time I was 26, girls noticed. They're like, God, your fucking legs and you, all of it. And I was like, pardon me, how did you get here? See, I would go and nude sunbathe way down about a half a mile. And I did that forever. I'm the kind of person, see, I'm an Aquarius moon sharing a little bit of the Aquariusness, but the Aquarius moon, somebody, all of them may have a story of nude sunbathing for some fucking reason. It's weird. Aquariuses are very weird. And we're about to get a taste of the uprising of what is humanity itself. It's like, actually, we're weird. What is wonderful is that Aquarius really, really enjoys all the weird people, but they have to get the hell away from them. That's just the way they are. They're like, I need my space now. Bye. And they're like, if it's a good humanitarian ethic, they're like, I understand. We're sick and tired of each other now, and you have to get away from each other. Give yourself some space. See, they're space people. Spacemen and women. Yes, the Aquarius rules technology, the highest of highs. It's very, well, if you have a sun and any of the personal, if you are an Aquarius, you are technically, there's something in you that communicates something and you understand something very easily that people will not understand but until 35 years from now. And you're like, and you are also, you sit and you're a humanitarian naturally, you sit there and you're going, why are people operating that way? Why don't they see this? And they're just so like, they do, they have a moment, they get away from people and they're like, why is that person functioning like an asshole? But they're friends with them, they just, and it's a big deal, right? For me, my Aquarius moon, it's like, well, with Pluto going there, the cry really is like, friend, friend. Who's a friend? Did you figure out what a friend was? Really, really though. And I'm coming onto it. It's like, no, there's only two types of people here: non-human, human, narcissist, empath. The empath is capable of being a good friend. Narcissists, nope. They are incapable of being interested in anybody, let alone anything. If they're interested in something, they're doing it for a roundabout way. They're doing it so that they can garnish attention, mainly though, but mainly they want control. It's insecurity. So they want security, and that's why they do money so well, and that's why the backdrop is just full of it. And again, I was going to ask you women, a lot of the times it's just not a good idea. It's so like disappointing. Around where I live, people that have decided to have children, they tell me the worst fucking story. And they say, and then they end up saying something like, and they hate me. They treat me like this. And see, I'm kind of I'm standing back and I'm listening to these people talk like this, and I'm thinking, well, here's why, babe. You're fucking stupid. You're a narcissist. You are a narcissist too. You're crazy for having a kid and thinking that you can do it your way when really God controls things here, and it fucking ripped you another asshole and said, in fact, your children don't love you. What a fucking thing to say, right? Boy, we're kind of heading into this thing where it's like, you know what? This fucking place needs help, and how else are you going to do it but to become a very, very kind of potent kind of communicator, kind of medicine. It's a little bit salty and bitter, but boy, if you can live through it, be resilient, How long is it going to take? Apparently, 4 years. We're going to see some fucking this year, again, stock up on food. Make sure you have a supply of rice and beans and oils. Did you practice? Did you get prepped and you didn't even know that you're being prepped? This is a fact. The people that have a sense of mission, they get that sense of that, I'll be goddamn, I've been prepped. And right now, you're the kind that can handle the word goddamn, and also because you're not linguistically challenged. You're not somebody that is doing the abracadabra. You're like sticks and stones, babe, but words don't hurt me. Nope. They do if I have a lot of work to do. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's like, can't you just own what you are? I would try it. It's like some people, the Aries, they're known. It's like, no, call me out on my shit. I'll tell you, damn right, I know who I am. What are you gonna fucking uh, hold me to my negative things that I don't care about it like the way you do. I'm fine with it. You should back up because I don't care about how you want to rile me up into something that I will never be, which is something that wants to get entangled. See, um, these toxic people, by the way, after all, getting close to closing this up, and did I ever say anything that I needed to fucking say? No, I will be saying it. It's disappointing that a woman will not put together that, in fact, because she's the one who has children here, men can't. She's actually programmed by God, the Creator. This is the way she's made. If she denies this about herself, then she's just not conscious of it. She needs to become conscious of it and start teaching of it. Otherwise, something is being lost, very vital, and that is all of civilization, the possibility that a human one could emerge. We just haven't seen it yet, folks, and it's getting down to the wire. I'll get back to you. I will just kabloop to blop it. It should be something that you should think about. Yeah, that makes sense. Love is the religion. They keep saying that, but did they ever tell you that the ritual is sex? And women rule that there, babe. And they are doing quality control right at the spigot. Right at the spigot. What do you mean spigot? Oh, she has a spigot there where the child comes out. And see, when a narcissist is approaching her, see, she has a duty. This is the religion to convert that thing, narcissist man, possibly still not awakened yet. See, she has to wake him up. And she does this quite effortlessly by the way that he thinks he wants something, right? And then the story goes, what I say, God, I can't believe I have to tell this story, right? Because too many people don't realize this, that no, you better fucking get this natural order of things right. They have stole it from you. The Roman Catholic Church did over there. That's the hub. And every bit of fake education, the way that they keep people, they've masterminded making people so miserable in their own homes that they don't mind leaving clear away from each other. I'll go enlist in the military, or I'll go to a university somewhere. And it's like, well, what's wrong with home? What's wrong with, you don't have a home, do ya? Oh, you're gonna be a piece of fucking popcorn all your lives? It is the most ridiculous scene. It's very active, but it's just frozen like a TV dinner.